YouTube, it's Mia coming at you with another video. Today's video is going to be my what I've been reading wrap up. It was supposed to be my April wrap up, but I'm just gonna count for everything that I've read since January to the end of April. Let's jump right into it. These books are in no particular order, and I'm just grabbing them at random, and I'm going to give you just a little brief synopsis of what I read. First one being Children of Blood and Bones by Tony Adeyemi. What haven't you already heard about this book here on BookTube? It was awesome. It was amazing. I did give it 4 stars, 4 out of 5 stars. I do have a separate review for this book, which I will be posting up in a future date. Not too long. I'm still working on it. But anyway, it was a really good read. I really liked it, and you guys should read it too. Next book I read in this wrap up was Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell. And this is a self-help book. I really liked it. I gave it a 3-star though, only because I felt like a lot of the information was kind of repetitive. She really talks about you being a light bearer. Like everyone has like this light within them that is meant to shine in the world no matter what it is that you want to do in life. So I really like that take on it. It was a really easy read. I kind of just like flew through it, but like once you get to like the last like couple of chapters, I think she just kind of started just like repeating herself over and over again. What she had already stated in a previous chapter was just reworded and fit into another situation that was totally different. So that was my only gripe with this book. But anyway, like I said, it was really good. It's really good for anybody who's looking to get into like the self-help genre. This is like a good book to start with. Next up, I have Down and Across by Arvind Ahmad. I'm sorry, I know I butchered that name. This was totally a cover by, this was like so different and so like, it looked like such a fun and cute story. This story follows a boy named, I think his name was, Scott. Follows a boy named Scott. He's like, this is his last year as a senior in high school, and he has these really like career-driven parents. And they want him to be like something like a doctor or like a chemist or something like that. And the funny thing is Scott really just doesn't know what he wants to be in life. He's kind of a come as it goes type of guy. And he hears like this speech from like this professor at like the local college, and she talks about something called grit, and basically it's like how you just gotta go for what you want in life. And for whatever reason, he is determined to travel to Philadelphia to meet this woman and talk to her so that he can kind of figure out what it is that he wants to do with life and still please his parents at the same time. And from there, he's on like this whirlwind of like just crazy ain'ts and pranks and stuff like that. It is a really cute story. He meets this girl on the bus, and it's not like a lovey interest kind of thing, which I really loved. It just kind of follows like their journey getting into trouble in the city and trying to get the hell out of it. So I really liked it. I gave it I'm gonna go ahead and say I give it 5 stars. No, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I'm sorry. There was something that happened at the end that I really was kind of like, I wish it didn't end like that, but okay, I guess. But otherwise, I mean, like, it's really close to a 5 for me. I'm just very nitpicky. You guys know it is very hard to give a book 5 stars for me. That's just me. Moving on. Next book I read was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I already have a full review on this book, which I will link down below, but I don't even remember what I gave the rating for this book. But this book follows a girl named Jude, who's pretty much kidnapped, if you ask me, by her stepfather, and is raised in the fairyland. She's mortal. She's raised in a fairyland where they treat her like crap, and in her mind, if she can prove that she is just as good as them, she would think that she would fit in and they would treat her well. And yeah, this book was very weird. I did enjoy it. It was very slow in a lot of places, but like I said, I do have a full review on it, which you guys are more than welcome to check out. So go ahead and click that link down below. Next book I read was We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. This book follows a girl named Myrna. I think that was her name. You know, you guys would think I would have checked beforehand. I started recording to remember the character's name, Marin, M-A-R-I-N, Marin. It follows this chick, and she's in college, and it's very slow. It's very, to me, it's not even dark, but she's in college, and she left home, and she pretty much didn't tell nobody she was leaving home. Apparently, in this book, something happened in her hometown that made her just leave without saying goodbye to anybody, and she is getting ready for the visit of her best friend. Her best friend is coming to visit her, and they kind of talk out what the hell happened, why did she leave. This book is very slow, but the build up is, at least it builds. To be honest, I think this book probably would work better as like one of those like little stage plays where it's set in one room. This whole book could have taken place in her dorm room, if you ask me, just them two conversing with each other. I think that this was another book I probably gave 4 stars to. I actually picked it up because it was like one of those books that was on one of those award lists, like one of the best books of the year or something like that. So I definitely wanted to give it a read. Like I said, overall I did like it. Next up we have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Now I do have a full review on this book also, which I will, link down below. So if you guys want to check that out, go right ahead, please feel free to do so. But Truly Devious follows, it's a murder mystery, and this is part of a series, just to throw that out there. And it follows a girl named Stevie who is accepted to this well-known school for like gifted children who are like very good at stuff that they do. And the thing with the school is that the founder of the school, wife and child, was kidnapped, the wife was murdered, and the crime was never solved. So Stevie, being a crime buff, she wants to solve this this crime. She wants to be the one that solves it, and that is like her final project that she's working on for this school. And in the midst of all that happening, we have another murder that happens in the school with another student. Maybe she might be working on 2 crimes. Who knows? I did give this book I think a 3. I think I gave it 3 stars. It was just very slow. I didn't think anything was happening, but like I said, check the video down below if you want to hear more thoughts on this book. Next book I read was Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. I think that's how you pronounce it. I absolutely love this book. I will be doing a full review on this book. This book has been floating around BookTube for a really long time, and I didn't want to read it because I didn't know what I thought it was, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. But I'm so glad I decided to pick it up and give it a chance. This book reads like for people who are like a fan of like Desperate Housewives and like shows like that. That's how this book read to me. I was a little intimidated at it by first because I'm like, this book is pretty thick, and I was in a slump when I picked it up. But when I tell you I sat and just read straight through, that's how this book was to me. The book follows 3 women, Maddie, Celeste, and oh god, why can't I remember nobody's names? And I love this book. Maddie, Celeste, and Jane. 3 women. We're just following on their courses of life. They all got kids, and I don't want to get too much away. Like, so I'm going to give a big review on this, which I will be posting soon. But anyways, something happens in the beginning of this book. Is a murder at the beginning of the book. The book starts off with the murder, and then the rest of the book leads up to what happened to that point. And I thought it was executed so well. It had me wanting to continue reading to find out. I loved all of the characters. When I say I loved all the characters, they all felt so real to me. And I'm going to shut up because I don't want to get into any spoilers about this book, but obviously 5 out of 5 stars for this book. Yay. This is going to be on my top books that I've read this year. Definitely check it out. Last book I read, and I pretty much finished it right at the end of April, and that is People Like Us by Dana Mele, M-E-L-E, Mele. Anyway, this follows a girl named Kay who moves to a new school because she did something back in her hometown. A murder happens on campus. She's being framed for it, and the person who's framing her is all like, hey, I know what you did last summer, kind of thing. And she's just trying to cover her tracks to find out who this person is, it's not a girl, who this person is that's trying to frame, well, I can say that because the person in the letter says she's a girl. So who this girl is that is trying to frame her for whatever reason and try to keep her secret under wraps. I did give this book 3 stars. It was kind of all over the place for me, and it was just, I was confused. Like, I swear, at one point I thought one guy was another guy, and I thought they were the same guy, pretending to be 2 different guys. The girls in this book read like your normal cliquey, like, you know, rich, you know, private school girly thing, which is really not my thing. So yeah, I think the story was good. I liked the very ending. I mean, the very last part I loved. I definitely loved. But overall, as a book, it was like, it's like, oh, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, did I read this? Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Thank God it's not a series, because if it was one of those like cliffhangers of who done it and why, and you don't find out who done it and why, then this is probably one of those books I probably would have chucked across the room, because it's like, I can't believe I wasted my time on that. Enough of that though. I did read one more other book. I do not have the physical copy of it, but I will put it somewhere on the screen if I can figure out how to do that. And that is Under Rose Tainted Skies by, I think her name is Louise Gornell, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Anyways, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember the main character's name. I want to say something with the H, but I really don't remember. But anyway, follows this girl who has this condition that she has such high anxiety, I guess I would call it, that she physically cannot go outside because she thinks the most terrible thing in the world will happen to her. I mean, like, catastrophic stuff will happen to her if she goes outside. So she's pretty much homebound. The only time she does go out is to go see her therapist, and even that is like her mother literally has to push her out the house to go. Oh boy moves in next door, and for whatever reason she is so smitten by this guy that she almost has the nerve to go out there and be with this guy, and for whatever reason he is smitten by her too, and he's all like, I don't care what condition you have, I love you, and even if we gotta sit here in the door frame and have a relationship, we will be together. You guys know how I feel about romantic books, like whatever. Now that was like another book I gave 3 stars. I think the fact that the condition she had, if that's an actual condition for people, then oh my god, I'm at a loss for words. But if it was something that was like kind of made up just for the book, I think it was a little bit over the top. There is something that does happen at the end of the book that makes her literally have no choice but to leave the house. She does it with her own will, and I mean, like, it was so gut-wrenching for her to do it, but she had no choice. And I won't say what that is, of course, because of spoilers, but even that reason was kind of like, really, that's the thing that you're going to use to make her have to face her fears and go out there? To me, I think it was a cop-out. I think it could have been something else completely different, and something that actually had to do with the story, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So yeah, moving on. That's it. That's all I have. That is the books that I had read for the first 4 months. Is it 4 months? Yes, first 4 months of January, of February, of March, and April of the year. So you guys, if you stuck around to the end of this very long video, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.